Артуra Heyli, page 73. The administrator checked the names he had written. 6 with you and me. How about Lucy Granger? Briefly, O'Donnell hesitated. Then he said, "All right, let's make it 7 then." Agenda. Thomas Hadley had his pencil poised. O'Donnell shook his head. "We won't need one. There is just one subject, changes in pathology." When the administrator had mentioned Lucy Granger's name, O'Donnell had hesitated for one reason only. It had reminded him of a meeting between himself and Lucy the night before. They had met for dinner, the outcome of O'Donnell's invitation to Lucy the day of the mortality conference, and in the palm court of the Roosevelt Hotel they had had cocktails, then a leisurely meal. It had been a pleasant, relaxed occasion, and they had talked lightly of themselves, of people they had known, and their own experiences in and out of medicine. Afterwards, O'Donnell had driven Lucy home. She had recently moved into a Benvenuto Grange, large, fashionable apartment block on the north side of town. She had said, "You'll come in for a nightcap, of course?" He had left his car for the uniformed doorman to park and followed her. They rode the gleaming, silent elevator to the 5th floor, then turned down a birch-paneled corridor, their footsteps silenced in deep broadloom. He had raised his eyebrows, and Lucy smiled. "It is a little awesome, isn't it? I'm still impressed myself." She had used her key to open a door, and inside, touched a switch. Tasteful, subdued lighting sprang up around an elegant interior lounge. He could see the partly opened door of a bedroom directly ahead. "I'll mix us a drink," she said. Her back was to him, eyes clinked in glasses. O'Donnell said, "Lucy, you've never married?" "No," she had answered without turning. He said softly, "I've sometimes wondered why. It's very simple, really. It's quite some time since I was asked." Lucy turned, carrying the drinks she had mixed. She gave O'Donnell his, then moved to a chair. She said thoughtfully, "Now I think of it, there was only one occasion, at least, only one that mattered. I was a good deal younger then." O'Donnell sipped his drink. "And your answer was no?" "I wanted a career in medicine. At the time it seemed terribly important. That and marriage didn't seem to go together." He asked casually, "Any regrets?" Lucy considered. "Not really, I suppose. I've achieved what I wanted, and it's been rewarding in many ways. Oh, sometimes one wonders how things would have turned out with a different decision. But after all, that's human, isn't it?" "I suppose so." O'Donnell was conscious of being strangely moved. There was a sense of depth and tenderness about Lucy, a feeling of peacefulness and coming home. She should have children, he thought. He had asked, "Do you still feel the same way about marriage and medicine? For you, that is?" "I'm no longer dogmatic about anything," she smiled. "That, at least, I've learned." O'Donnell wondered what, from his own point of view, marriage to Lucy would be like. Would there be love and mellowness, or had each of their careers gone parallel too far and too long for change and adjustment now? If married, how might they spend their hours of leisure? Would the talk be intimate and domestic, or would it be of hospital affairs, with charts on the table at dinner and diagnostic problems for dessert? Would he perhaps, instead of gaining sanctuary, find merely another offshoot of medicine and his daily work? Aloud he said, "I've always thought, that we have a good deal in common." "Yes, Kent," Lucy answered, "so have I." O'Donnell had finished his drink, then risen to leave. He realized they had both said a good deal more than had passed in words. Now he wanted time to think and to reason things through. Too much was involved for hasty decisions. "There is really no need to go, Kent. Stay if you wish." Lucy had said it simply, and he knew if he stayed it would be up to him what happened next. Part of his mind had told him to remain, but caution and habit won out. He took her hands. "Good night, Lucy. Let's think about all this." When the elevator doors had closed, she was still standing at the open apartment door.